Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 XBL review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Dead Rising 2 Case West, which if you've never played it before, it is the mini sequel to Dead Rising 2. It's an action-adventure type game, and it's, well, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best parts of Dead Rising I've played, and unfortunately for most it's exclusive to the Xbox at the moment. I don't know if they've got any plans to ever bring it out, maybe in a year or two's time or something, but suffice to say it's a bit stingy if they don't, because this really does set up the third game, at least. Well, obviously the third game's done out, not played it, not heard anything, but by beating the end, it's as if to say this is what the third one's going to be about. So, can't say any more without spoiling it. At the start you can start the game, you can go into co-op games, there's no versus multiplayer because this is just a little download. You can view your pictures, because what with Frank being a reporter, you can now take pictures again. You can view the leaderboards, you can view your achievements, of which there's 12, and they're all relatively easy to get. It's quite simple to get the 200 achievement points for it. Helping options are pretty much everything that you always get on Dead Rising, where you can put the tutorials on or off, or subtitles, and change your aims and things like that. You can't customise the controls, but you don't need to, because they've been mapped out better, the same as Dead Rising 2 was, rather than Dead Rising 1, which was a bit awful. I was a bit worried about that, what with the camera coming back, but they do the camera well. So, let's just jump into, well, the start of the game, really. True, and well, let's cut into it, because yet again Dead Rising has loading problems. Shocker. So then, without spoiling anything about Dead Rising 2, if you've beat it fully in the overtime mode, you'll know that Chuck's evidence, well, things happen to it, so the whole point of this one is Chuck's out to, yet again, prove his innocence, and Frank's came along for the ride, because Frank, well, wants to find out what the hell's going on, because he's got a source telling them bad things about, well, the Zombrex Corporation and, well, the people who make it, really, the Fanatrons, or however it's pronounced, whatever it is. Either way, it's, as I say, pretty much leads you off right the way from Dead Rising 2's end to this. It does a better job than Case Zero did setting up Dead Rising 2. This definitely follows off from it, and the way it ends, I just can't wait for the third one now, because as I say, it sets it up to look rather good. So, it is your standard Dead Rising gameplay. You've got stupid militaries in the game to basically shoot you, and you've got to kill them. You've got all sorts of different human enemies like that. You don't really get any psychos, you only get the one, and he's the end boss, and he's got 3 energy bars, and even then he isn't all that hard, because as you can probably notice, I'm level 50. You start the game at level 40, you can't import your data or anything like that from Dead Rising 2, it just starts you at level 40, and you just have to level up. It starts you as actually a very weak leveled 40, to be fair, because you start with something like 6 bits of energy, 6 blocks of, well, 6 slots available to hold items, and you start with pretty much all of your, well, abilities like drop kick and stuff like that. There's only 2 that you don't start with, and you start with about 20 or so of your combo cards, but you can't get all 50. Instead, they've added new ones, and it's a mixture of ones from Dead Rising 2 and ones that are exclusive to this. And when you level up, because you've got all those things that you do indeed get eventually, then it's a case of you've just went up a stock, you've just went up a health, you've just learned an ability, you've just got a combo card, and it's mad just seeing all these things come at once. Once you beat the game, you don't really get anything extra to start the game off with like you did with Dead Rising 2 or anything, so you don't start with specific items, because you don't really need to. It's not designed in that way. It's designed as a little mini sequel that takes 2 or 3 playthroughs to get all the achievements and to just beat it 100%, and it's, as I say, just really to set the story up of the next one. For 800 points, it's not the biggest game around there. There are definitely better on the Xbox, but if you're a Dead Rising fan, then you're going to love every minute of it, and it's just really a shame that it didn't come as part of the main game, really, even as DLC for it, because you can play it without the disc. So if you've sold your disc and you're thinking, oh, why did I sell it? Well, you can play it separately. It is a separate, as I say, arcade game, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's just, as I say yet again, it's a shame that it's only out on the Xbox, because I imagine other Dead Rising fans would have wanted to play it, and it's just a shame that really it wasn't a little bit cheaper, or didn't come with a game or some sort of deal where if you bought the game you got the content for free or something, because it's only 18 hours long, which is, as you know, is 3/4 of a day, and as a day on Dead Rising takes about 2 hours, then the full thing can be beat on a playthrough in less than 2 hours. It's just then the case of replaying it to get all the achievements and that. So it solely depends on how much of a Dead Rising fan you are as to whether or not you actually want to get it. I am a huge fan, love it, and I don't regret the purchase, I really don't. I kinda did with Case Zero, because as I said in my Dead Rising 2 review, Case Zero doesn't really set 2 up or anything, and there's absolutely no way to replay it because you're back to level 5 and there's just nothing to do. At least with this you're level 50, so you can run around the new area after you've beat it, just messing around, getting the combo cards and that. As you might have noticed, Tranquest is actually with me at the moment. I'm only on the single player, but I will be about to cut into co-op. However, he is with you throughout the whole of the single player game, just helping you out. You can give him items and things, and the only thing that you don't really have to give him is food, because you can wheel and wheel on him, and I've not managed to kill him yet, which is pretty cool, because he does often get in the way when you're attacking things. So, let's go to the co-op play. Well, I don't really know, to be fair, why I went on co-op. There's nothing really left to say. The only thing I haven't done is actually take a photo, which now you hold L and then hold right bumper and you can still zoom in. You still have, well, pretty much everything that you had before, really. The only difference is you don't have a limit of photos because there's nowhere to... Oh, and it's probably a good thing I'm out of things to say, because I think I was just about to get booted. So anyway, in short, if you like Dead Rising, get it. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.